Today, organizations must contend with the fact that cybersecurity risks and data privacy regulations are constantly evolving. Data is your organization's most important asset, and whether it comes from communications or applications, it is crucial that you protect it with a comprehensive approach. Modern businesses are embracing remote and hybrid work environments, relying on SaaS applications and the cloud for their infrastructure and a variety of workflows. While SaaS applications bring a great number of benefits to organizations, they can often leave open gaps in data security and compliance for those unaware. With the shift to remote and hybrid work models and increasing number of endpoint security vulnerabilities over the last year, cybersecurity threats, particularly ransomware, have exploded. With many remote employees working outside of the traditional corporate ecosystem and firewall, endpoint devices are particularly at risk for data loss or malicious attacks. Increased reliance on SaaS applications for workflows enables greater remote work capabilities. But in the event of a cyber attack or outage, remote workers may find themselves unable to communicate or access crucial SaaS data and documents, harming security, productivity, and morale. Malicious threats and unintended outages are not the only challenge facing modern enterprises. The regulatory landscape is also constantly evolving, with thousands of complex, ever-shifting laws, increasingly larger fines, and regulatory bodies around the world. Businesses must navigate complying with multiple regulatory bodies and laws depending on their industry, across finance, healthcare, government, and more. Regional regulations are also important to remember. In a remote working landscape, organizational staff are using more and more third-party applications to communicate and collaborate. For compliance purposes, it is essential to capture all these disparate communications. There are 1,800+ privacy laws globally, and they're constantly evolving. 44% of businesses will spend more than $10 million on CCPA compliance. Many businesses rely on cloud providers to host their data and SaaS applications. While providers supply a great number of convenient features, there is one thing they don't provide to an adequate degree: backup and recovery of your critical data and documents. Cloud providers operate under a framework called the shared responsibility model. Under this model, SaaS providers do not take responsibility for things like information and data, physical devices, or accounts and identities. They consider these things to be solely the responsibility of the customer. Many enterprises aren't aware of this, however, and assume that in the event of a catastrophe, their service provider will restore their data for them. Your enterprise's data is one of your most valuable resources, but your SaaS provider doesn't protect it, and they aren't responsible for doing so. It is essential that enterprises modernize their data protection with a comprehensive approach that includes backup, archiving, and e-discovery capabilities. Backup and archiving are often used interchangeably, but they are not the same, and enterprises need to understand the distinct benefits each of these tools brings to key workloads. A backup is a copy of your current active data that factors into your daily operations. In the event of an outage, a good backup solution enables your organization to restore the most recent data backup as quickly as possible. That way, you can keep your business up and running with minimal downtime. Even though not all data is pertinent to the daily operations of your business, preserving it is still essential, especially when working in highly regulated industries like finance or healthcare. This distinct category of data is where archiving comes in. Archiving is the process of storing data for long-term retention rather than quick restoration. Archived data, such as medical records, tends to be infrequently accessed but must still be available. In an archive, data is typically stored, indexed, and optimized for low-cost and long-term storage. It is critical for enterprise businesses to differentiate between backup and archive data stores, ensuring each one's specific needs are met for maximum data security. Veritas solutions secure your SaaS application data and communications across a wide breadth of applications and workloads. Veritas provides a comprehensive, holistic approach to data protection, ensuring that your organization is prepared no matter how the IT landscape evolves or what new cyber threats emerge. When approaching data protection, it's important to remember that you have two types of data. One is operational data you want to restore quickly in the event of a disaster, and the other, longer-term data that needs to be archived and discoverable. Your approach should cover both. Ransomware and deletion of data, intentional or accidental, are two of the greatest threats to your organization's operations. Enterprise organizations accumulate a massive amount of data every year, and that volume will only swell in the future. It's important that your backup and recovery approach is scalable and capable of growing in sync with your business. A key thing to consider when implementing a backup solution is performance. Are you backing up all your operational data every time, constraining bandwidth in the process? Or are you only backing up once a day? Backing up only data that has changed helps to conserve bandwidth. By backing up more frequently, you shrink your organization's recovery point objective and recovery time objective, minimizing the time to restore and data loss, albeit at the cost of data transfer bandwidth. All this means that if you experience an outage, your remote employees will be able to get up and running quickly and easily. The proliferation of communication apps is another challenge. Employees are relying on apps to communicate now more than ever, and in highly regulated industries, it's important to capture all those communications wherever they happen. Consider the variety of apps your employees use throughout the day and what it would take to capture all communications across them. Capturing is only part of the equation. You'll also need to archive them, so they are secure and discoverable down the line. Accurate timestamps and unique signatures are invaluable when searching through archived data. In today's increasingly complex IT landscape, organizations must protect their data. Cloud providers do not do it for you. So it's critical that your organization have the right data foundation. The best approach to securing your data is a comprehensive one that includes backup, archiving, and e-discovery. Don't leave any holes in your foundation. Veritas Solutions work together to give your organization the data protection it needs. Net Backup SaaS Protection enables you to back up and quickly restore your full range of data across numerous SaaS applications such as Teams, SharePoint Online, and OneDrive for Business. Merge One captures communications from over 120 sources and stores them in your archive, ensuring you maintain accurate records of communications throughout your organization. Enterprise Vault.Cloud securely archives your data and makes discovery quick and easy. Whether you need to ensure quick restoration of business in case of an outage, or need to make your communications secure and discoverable for legal inquiries, Veritas's portfolio of solutions helps you meet the challenges of an always evolving IT landscape. Visit our website to get started today.